Hey guys, welcome back. So, I was on a roll, I was building the station, everything was beautiful, the world was all the way it should be. And then I had no internet. And it took me a minute to figure that out. So then I reset the router, reset the modem, and I seem to be okay now. So, we're going to get back into this build, guys. Sorry for the break in this part 1 and part 2 business. But hey, at least we've got part 1 nailed. It went good. And we're ready to rock and roll, folks. So, without any further delays, let's build this thing. Alright guys, the next time that happens, I'll know exactly what happened, and it won't take me so long to figure out, what's happening and whether or not I'm still streaming, because I'll already know. Alright guys, so one thing I really wish we had in this game was triangle builds. Other games use that. I played a lot of Ark, and they had both square and triangle builds. I played a lot of No Man's Sky, as you can see on my current streaming schedule. Again, it just gives you more options. It'd give me a way to kind of round this off, so to speak, with nice sharp edges. The railings would still fit, and it would be pretty awesome. But no such luck here. So we got to do the best with what we can. So anyway, guys, getting back to the station where I left off, I was fooling around with the supports down here, and honestly, I kind of like this. It splits the road up, the pillars are out of the way. I've got foundation out here, but not necessarily over here, and I'm okay with that. I'm kind of digging this, if I'm being honest. The only thing that kind of makes me feel like this isn't okay is we need more supports holding up this side of things. Not really sure what that's going to look like yet. I'll cross that road when we come to it, but for right now, guys, I just kind of want to finish the build, and since it's turning nighttime, this is a great opportunity to show you all what I was going to do next. And it's funny, because while I was, logging back in and I was looking at this, I was like, I don't like it. It's too big and too boxy, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip off that top build. Hopefully that sign will still stay there, and it did. And then I can actually place one of these, in its place. Okay, to me that looks a little bit better. So I think I'm going to stay with that. Just to see, yeah, so that was a short one. Yeah, okay, you know what, for now, this is okay. It feels like there's a lot of builds there. I'm gonna try it one more way, and then I'm gonna call it whatever. Excuse me, just hiccuped. I had a big bowl of buttery popcorn for dinner, and that's exactly what that tasted like. Okay, so let's go ahead and honestly, that kind of looks better. I think I'll stick with that for the time being. I'll probably look at that later and be like, oh, that sucks, and then, redo it the way I had it the first time, but, for now, I'm going to call this one a win. And guys, I need to do a quick sound check here. There it is. We are good. So, okay, so enough about bumpers and stoppers and whatevers. Yeah, we should be okay. Alright, so enough pondering on that. So the supports, guys. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling down here. If I really want, I can kind of do something down here. And this is what I was in the middle of when the stream cut out. So I was trying to figure out a way to make this lower to where the foundation wouldn't be so massive and in your face out into this roadway. And I think I found a way to do that, but this was after the stream died. So, yeah, let's go ahead and re-engage this. So we'll just use that short. And then we'll bump over to the Big Bertha. Okay, now that works for me. And then I mentioned some kind of a support structure to hold up the front face of the rest of this thing. And honestly, I think I'm going to put a bunch of smaller ones in. And guys, you got to be careful with build limits, because that's a thing. But I think I'm going to come 1.5 builds in and then center that. So that should take up this little space right here. I'm having trouble placing it, bear with. There it goes. Okay, and there's that. Now again, if I want to do like a foundational look to it, I can do the short one. And stick that sucker right there, once again centered, so the build like over from that one. So then if I wanted to, I could put another one here. Just like so. You probably already smelling what I'm cooking here. Okay, just like that. And then again, 1.5 in between, so this is all going to be spaced the same. I can do another one right there. Another one here. And now all 4 of those should have the same spacing. So it looks like I got some really big mounts or pillars or whatever supports for the arms sticking out over the station, which is perfect. And then here, it's smaller ones just kind of showing something holding up the platform of the rest of the build. You don't have to do anything like that. I just kind of like a little bit of structural stuff to make it look like it makes sense. If I'm really feeling froggy, and again, this is really going to start adding to build limit, guys, so I would think very long and hard about whether or not you want to do this. Now, either way, it's going to take 2 builds to get the same distance. You can either put 2 of these out in front of one another, or you can stack these 2 next to each other, but I'm going for the short ones. And I'll show you just kind of what this would look like. It is cool, and I have built a station like this. It's actually featured in one of my things. And then I need to center this. I think right about there. Uh-oh, that's not actually going to fit. Well, that sucks. So we might have to start it from the middle there. And look at me with my legendary pickaxe. I just found that in the codex. I was like, oh, I'm going to build that. Okay, so again, this is really going to start adding to your build limit just for a bunch of aesthetics, but it looks cool. And unfortunately, I'd have to move that pillar out a couple, and you know, if I really want to show you this, I'll do just that. That's kind of a bummer. Alright, so now you can see it's kind of like its own independent support system for all the platforms. it kind of looks like it makes sense. So, you know, again, just kind of build it, play with it, see if it's worth, you know, the cost of the builds to you. And just kind of do what you feel is right for your particular build. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and stay with that. If I start having, you know, a problem with game bugging and stuff because of, you know, too many builds, I'll go down there. That'll be the first thing I get rid of. But, yeah, in order to make that work, I still need to move all this over. So I'll just go ahead and do that while I'm at it. Might as well, if we're already into it this far. Okay, so I think I centered this one dead center. Now why doesn't that one fit? Doggone it, see? That should have been the exact same on both sides. Maybe that's not directly above? Okay, so I must not have centered this right or something. No, I did. What in the world? I clearly didn't do something right over here. Wow, I really jumbled that one. I have no idea what I did wrong there. I'm sure when I go back to, you know, do editing or whatever, I'll see it. Okay, so now all that should line up. Hopefully those are... Now what in the heck did I do wrong? I see it now, plain as day. So cursor needs to be on the platform, not snapping to this thing. That's right. That's the way that should look. Okay. Yeah, that made quite a difference. Hot dog. Okay, now those should be lined up. So this is good enough for me, guys. I'm happy with the understructure. It all kind of looks like it belongs, makes sense, etc. And it looks like it goes with the roadway here. So I kind of like the profile now of the overhang. It just kind of feels like it seals it off a little bit better to me. Alright, there it is. So now it's all about what you want on the platform. So again, as I was mentioning in part 1 here, if you want a restaurant, if you want ticket booths, if you want a little building down here, you can do any of that. All of that. Now you just have to watch out for clearance here with the Trek. You do not want this cable to fuse with anything station. So, you know, if you are going to build a house or something down here, or something structure, you know, with roof, walls, whatever, just make sure you're very, very clear of this entire assembly. And you should be good to go. Okay, and I'm not sure if I want the station to overhang as far as I have it over here. I think that's like 2 builds out. See, if I really wanted to like center this, I could do that. Hey, Fiji Paws, what's up? I got a night owl up with me tonight. So funny thing, I was just on like a little while ago and my internet crashed. Hence the reason this is part 2. It was so much fun. I totally just threw that torch. That was awesome. Alright guys, now we have to light the sucker. So one great thing about having, you know, like an undercarriage, so to speak, is you can place campfires down here hidden, and it'll light your build. And the great thing about having the floor above the campfire, no smokestack. Because I hate the smokestacks. Smokestacks are no bueno. Ah, okay, I gotcha. So, if I'm reading that right, you're taking a nice long break. If I interpreted that correctly. Alright guys, so campfires. I absolutely love campfires. These are my go-to lighting source for all things LEGO Fortnite. And just to kind of see where I would have to be here to make sure this actually fits in places. Of course, you know, we don't have transparent characters, which is making this difficult. It looks like I need to be right about there. So without moving my cursor, I'm going to try to find just any old build. It doesn't really matter what it is, to be honest. Actually, probably a floor piece. Honestly, a build is a build. It really doesn't matter what you put here. So I'm going to line that up with that one. And then I need to come down an entire segment from there, so that needs to be the top. Right there. So now if I did that right, my campfire should be able to slide right in here. Lined up exact. Okay, so there it is. It's completely concealed. I mean, of course, if you come down here and look at it, you're going to see it. But it's more or less concealed. And again, you don't have the smoke rising, so it's just a real nice thing. Gotcha, Fiji. Yeah, back when I was working, I was typing a lot of reports. And wow, by the end of the day, my wrist would legit hurt. I was like, wow, like I'm done. Good thing video games don't cause that same problem, see? Less work, more games. It's better for your health. Alright guys, and I mentioned this in the stream that I've already deleted, but I like to take full advantage whenever I'm in a building game, like No Man's Sky, this game, anything with building. I love to marry my builds in and take advantage of the natural terrain. And I see a little piece of build still sticking out here. That's not going to be great. Okay, this is going to really suck if I... Oh, there it is. Found the magic pixel. So if you're having a stubborn build like that that you can't get rid of, try placing a TNT barrel. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, placing one and then shooting it with a pickaxe or something, or whatever, crossbow, and it explodes. Sometimes that'll get rid of the build under the ground. Sometimes. So Fiji, on that note, it's too bad we can't do our work with a game controller. Like, it's too bad the controller can't be everything we need it to be for, like, mouse and keyboard. I don't know, maybe someday they'll invent that, but... Even better yet, I'm waiting for the days when we can just plug our brains into the computer and we don't have to type anything, or, like, we just think it. And it becomes so. Alright, so, let's see if I actually built this all right. So now we're going to have stairs. We're at this point now, I think we need to get rid of the vehicle. But before I do, I want to talk a little bit more about, taking advantage of the natural terrain. And I did this and it was really cool, and then I deleted the video, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again here. Huh? Okay, I don't think that's Okay. Let's try just a floor piece, I guess. See where that puts us. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, I'll finish this off somehow, you know, make it look more legit. But for now, you get the idea. It's just kind of another way, A, to ground it, but B, to get to somewhere else. You know, I might do some kind of a cool wraparound staircase where I go outside here, down, and then meet up with the road down here. That would be super cool. But again, I feel like I'm getting off topic here. I'll do that kind of on my own. I'll probably spend like 3 or 4 hours doing that, to be honest. It's just relaxing. It's like an activity you can just kind of detach, focus on that for a while. Yeah. It's going to be painful, but in a fun way. So yeah, for now I'm just going to try to stick to the actual, no kidding, build that we're working on here. And again, you know, with the campfires, let's see if I can space that without having to count a bunch of nudges. So it looks like I came down 1, 2. There's 2.5 above that. Okay, got it. You're probably like, huh? It'll make sense here real quick. So there's, if I can get my character out of the way, that's down 1. That's got 2. And then there's our half. Okay, so if I did that right, this campfire should place perfectly right here on this little ledge. And so it does. And guys, it's a lot of light. That's why I use the campfires. I don't like them. Like, aesthetically, they're ugly, you know, they're big. But they give you the light that you need. And all the other lights I try in the game just don't do it for me. So I've just gotten real good at concealing campfires as best as I can. Make sure my lighting is good to go. And I kind of feel like it's a bit dim here in the center, so I will place a third campfire exactly the same way I've done the other two. And of course I'll have to deal with this on the other side as well. Okay, I gotta nudge up one more there. Beautiful. Alright, I'm getting back into this. I'm on another roll here. Yeah, Fiji, that's unfortunate. It's such a beautiful game. It's a free download. They give you plenty of free pieces. But time. If you play survival, you're going to be up late. It's going to be so hard to put down. If you play sandbox, same kind of thing. You're like, I'm just going to build this one more little structure over here. And then the next thing you know, like 3.5 hours go by. So yeah, that's the game. Time. In one word, if I could sum up this game, time. Okay, guys. But yeah, it is a beautiful game. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the building. Yeah, it'll just suck the time out of your life. That's the only real downside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just do this because I'm already in it. So let's see, that's 2, I think. Yep, and then a half. Okay, so Lego Fortnite, if you're watching, love you. And pretty please, can you hook us up with either like a transparent character mode, where you know you can still see the character, but you can also see through it like it's glass or something, or first person. First person would be freaking amazing. Like you can kind of cheat and get first person, but you have to be like right in front of a build. And it's just not user-friendly. So yeah, both, one of those or both of those would be awesome. Alright guys, last one here, and then I'm done lighting the platform. So let's see if I can get this. 1, 2.5. Booyah. Can't fire it up. There it is. And now look at this. We're in the dead of night, but this entire thing is lit the heck up. And of course I can do the exact same thing, you know, underneath the bigger section here. Just to kind of show you an idea for like an outdoor balcony patio style type of restaurant. That's exactly what I went for over here. It's not terribly tall. So, you know, I was able to squeeze this in real nice here. And wow, look at all that space I have before that pillar. But yeah, this came out real nice. This is super easy to construct. You just kind of count the pegs and go for it. If I'm being honest, I had to break a few of those wooden things a couple of times because they weren't spacing right. But I got it. And yeah, just 4 simple pillars holding up that whole lighting structure. And then just wherever they intersected, I put a light there. Lined them up. And I'm not sure I have campfires under this. Let me go down here and look. Okay, it looks like I do. So I must not have been super thrilled with the amount of light these put out. I must have added the campfires down there just to kind of really make it shine through. But guys, that's what I was going for. The lights are just there for looks and decoration, but the power of the light comes from the campfires. Oh my god, Fiji, you're not kidding. My daughter forced me to go to Barnes & Noble with her because we were out and she was driving and she was like, I really want to go to Barnes & Noble. I was like, I guess. So I went and yeah, I was just kind of walking around and I saw the Lego kits. And I was like, whoa, like $250 for what? It's plastic. That's probably $2.50 worth of plastic and they're selling it for $250. I was like, yeah, not me. Nope. I have a champagne appetite on a beer budget, so yeah, I'll play Lego Fortnite. It's a lot cheaper. Alright, so, yeah. Lighting is done for now until I get, you know, to this side of things. So guys, I'm going to get the vehicle out of here because I really want to polish up the platform where the vehicle is concerned. So let's get this thing out of here one last time. I'm going to start placing a whole bunch of rail, floor, you name it, it's got to get done. So I'll go ahead and make sure this is parked good and far away from our platform here so we don't fuse anything. Because once again, guys, foot stomp. Do not fuse builds. Anything platform related cannot touch or fuse to anything vehicle related. It just makes your life a nightmare. It'll fuse, and then when you go to break the build to free it, everything breaks, tires pop, it's just a bad, bad day. So anyway, I'm going to do the first thing first here. I'm going to get my... Actually, I should have left the vehicle parked, my bad. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get these half stairs. And I really like the Sugi, so I'm going to stick with the Sugi. And I'm going to put them just right here. Right up flush. And this should clear vehicle this time. In my stream that I deleted, it did not clear the vehicle because I had the platform at the wrong height. And the roofs were clipping the tops of the whatchamahoozies. So now let's just see if I've got the clearance I need now. Boy, I better, because I counted. I counted a lot. Okay, see my other's design, the thing would just automatically roll. It was very hard to get it to sit still. So I'm not sure how I like this. I think I liked the automated way better. Guess I'm just going to go ahead and let this thing self-park. Ooh, damage. See? Doggone it. Why? It's not even near there. I don't understand. I don't get why that's getting stuck. Okay, I'm gonna have to go play with the other one for just a hot second and see what I'm doing different, because this one still works. Maybe I did a different... Ooh, I did a different wall build there. No, I didn't. It's the same thing. There goes that tree again. Okay, that glides right over. It's not a problem. No. Not again. Are you serious right now with this? I mean, I can try different railing and see. Yeah, it's acting like it's there and it's holding it up. Kind of curious to see if the ones that are more forward are going to clip too, or if that'll actually let it park. Okay, those cleared. So I'm not understanding why this is causing a problem. And that one clears. I'm definitely parked. I saw no damage markers. $350? I just pooped a purple Twinkie. Golly! I've only built a small house. Oh yeah. So yeah, shiny rocks, Fiji. Shiny freaking rocks. It's like 10,000 ways to go, and none of them were the way you meant to go. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. Okay, this is really uncool. And honestly, I don't know if it's because I put that type of build in. I'm doing something different here, though. And the thought of lowering the entire station, like one floor build, is not okay right now with me. I mean, I've got this thing leveled. So yeah, that shouldn't be happening. I'm going to try running that through again. Or maybe I'm using different rails. Maybe something a little more low profile. There's not many options for half rails, though. In fact, I really don't even like any other half rails. I mean, worst case scenario, I might have to move the stairs in one peg, and, you know, I can do that. I just don't feel like I should have to, because I got the other side working just fine. And everything's spaced the same, as far as I know. Come on, Poppy. Actually, you know what? I'm not real happy with the return speed anyway. Okay, I'm gonna let this thing go nice and slow. Ooh, there it is again. Son of a gun. That should be clearing. Plain and simple. This ain't pushing it over there. There's no reason for this. The only thing I can think is maybe I had that Oriental build in the center? No, see, it's built the same freaking way. Alright, well, this is the joys of the game. I don't understand, you know, what it's catching on here. The only thing, okay, so a couple of solutions here. We could either raise the track, which I'm not going to do, or lower the station, which I'm not going to do. At least not right freaking now. There's another idea here that just came to mind. I could probably bust that railing out. And maybe move it forward one notch, because that'll, in theory, lower it, you know, one bill, or whatever that is between that and that. But since I'm stuck right now, of course I'm going to try it. And if that doesn't work, I'll just have to move the staircase over one peg. Along with all the other railing too, by the way. I don't know if this will make a difference, but again, I'm stuck, so I'm getting desperate here, and I'm going to try anything. Maybe that's what I did different on the other platform, as a matter of fact. Who knows? I feel like Lord of the Flies right now with my torch out during the day. Huh! That made it, kind of, sort of. Kind of acted like it wasn't going to, but it did. Okay, so there's... I guess that's what I did. And that seems to clear without damaging. So yeah, okay, I'll take it. Do what you gotta do, right? If that's not working out for you, like I said, you just might have to move the staircase over one peg along with the railings, and that should give it the clearance it needs. Shouldn't have to do that. But, again, you gotta work with what you got here. Okay, see, it's not happy with that. Wow. What in the heck was it hitting in there that time? Okay, something is not copacetic. It looks like it hit that roof piece on the way out again. Wait, why did that roof piece break? It was nowhere near that build. It's still freaking clipping it. Okay, well, I give up. I'm just going to move the whole staircase over. Alright guys, so let's call this the railing and staircase segment. So what I'm going to do is just sacrifice that one peg so I don't have to drop the foundations or do anything stupid. You know, it's going to take me all freaking night if I really get into this. So, for the sake of ease, let's just go ahead and get this thing parked back to where it's supposed to be. Make sure nothing is, you know, hanging it up. Did I mention how ridiculous this was? Just in case I didn't, this is super ridiculous. But, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make it work. Okay, while the vehicle is parked here, again, make sure it's nestled in where it needs to be. It's stopped, it's right. So this is how I line up my stations. What I'm going to do is take railing, and I'm going to match that to the staircase railing I'm going to be using, which is this... I call it the carnival railing. I don't really know if it's carnival or not, I just call it that. But what I'm going to do is start, like, figuring out where the doors are. So this is my guide build. This is where the door is. This is like no man's land. So I'm not going to put that all the way to the edge because, again, I don't want to fuse this build to the vehicle. So I'm going to come in one peg anyway, just kind of like what I'm going to do with my stairs. So there's no fuse warning here. And this is how I know where the doors are. And just in case I decide to open this up, I didn't know if I wanted to do that because the stairs inside the thing kind of come down there and it's like clumsy. So probably not, but you know, I might. So let's just go ahead and put one there too. Right there, just like so. And I'm going to do this with all the doors, folks. Every single door on this entire vehicle I'm going to mark. Okay, that one's a little bit tricky, but I think I got it there. Just like that. And then once I get these down, then I can get the vehicle out of here, and then we really don't have to worry about fusing anymore. Alright, 2 more just for good measure. Okay, so all my doors are effectively marked. Let's get this thing out of here. One last... Oh, I should probably rebuild that roof segment. It's not a priority. Actually, it kind of is, because if that other side breaks, that entire arm assembly falls. So, let's play this one safe and not sorry, shall we? Alright. As a matter of fact, if you really want to be like a Boy Scout, you could slap just a dummy build, a floor build, just any kind of build down to kind of go across those segments. This way, if, say, both of those roof pieces were to break out, there's a backup here. You know, connecting that piece right there that my cursor is looking at, and let's go ahead and get that out of the way. To all of these, it's basically connecting the arm to all the roof pieces, not just the 2 that you saw holding this thing up. And honestly, yeah, given I've been having so many issues with this thing, this is probably a smart move. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Oh, it doesn't like the thruster. Okay, well. That's not just a single point of failure anymore, at least. Same thing, I probably have to move that thruster. Alright. Back to stations. I just had another thought. I could actually push the stairs into... No, that doesn't work. Thought I was onto something there for a second. And then it just kind of failed. Oh, wait a minute. That cannot be next to standby. That's right. We need to come in that one peg now. And now this vehicle better clear these stairs and railing. Or I'm filing a formal complaint. With who? I don't know yet. And it's not going to matter. Actually, I think I need to push that up anyway. No, scratch that. There's a way to do that, but not the way I just showed you. There is a single peg. Right there with those carnival pieces. There it is. And that fills in that little bit of a space. Alright, back to our single peg. I call this the missile. So go ahead and go back to your missile. I don't know why, it's not like you can light it and shoot it off anywhere. But it's just like this little missile looking thing. Of course in Lego world, not in the real world. Alright, final test run, guys. If this thing starts getting chewed up again on the way down, I'm going to have to figure out why it's causing problems here and not on the other design over there. So let's see what happens. It's going to get awful close, isn't it? Wow, it cleared. It got close, but it cleared. Okay, so that's what we had to do. We had to give it just a little bit of extra room there for the roof. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Like, I can live with this. I'll just make sure all the railing matches up and we should be good to go. So now that the railing's in, I should be able to complete the rails. And guys, the other thing I really like about what I call the carnival, whatever, railing, this guy right freaking here. I cannot tell you how many times I rely on this piece to make everything fit right. The answer is constantly. Okay, so now I can do this. If I wanted a door here. That's a big if. I don't know if I do. I probably don't, as a matter of fact, just because, again, it's kind of clumsy with the way I have the stairs on the interior there. So I think I'm making up my mind right here and now. This is not needed. Which is good because it'll help save on build limit too. If we can just put, bigger railings in here. Okay, so what I should have done here is used the smaller one. Because this is going to get a little bit clumsy here, so I'll show you why that's important. It's important. Okay, unfortunately that's not going to allow me to do what I want. There is a way to reconcile that. I can break this and put another single on the other end. Right up next to the stairs there. And honestly, that probably looks better anyway. Go ahead and put Daddy Long Legs back down. The little one to fill in the gap. Okay. Another single here. And you can see what I just did there. Now I've got the same size opening as I do the door, and these taller pegs kind of show me where that opening is, so to speak. Alright. Go ahead and finish off your railing however you deem necessary. And something fancy you could do here, so if this is gonna, you know, flow the same way on this side, I can do the exact same builds here. I need to bust that out, don't I? I'm getting real nervous about hitting my vehicle here. This probably isn't the best way to be doing this. I mean, I've got my doors marked. I should just get the vehicle the heck out of here. You know, it just, yeah, you know what? For the purposes of doing this right and build tutorials, we need to get the vehicle out of here. So I am taking big risks. Even though it looks like it should... Now look at that, more damage, really? I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. This is just getting irritating now. Yeah, what I just said. So with the vehicle not here, we don't have to worry about fusing or, you know, just bad things going wrong here. Wait, why didn't that long one work? Was that too big? Oh yeah, okay. So I was talking about getting fancy here. We can find something to split the difference a little bit. And you can make the railing match all the way around, but it'll kind of like butt up in the middle. That's still too big. But this way there's like, you know, space peg, space peg, space peg all the way around the curve there. And then when it meets up in the middle, it'll be like... this. You don't have to do that. I just kind of like it. You know, it just kind of rounds everything as it's symmetrical. And that's kind of like what I go for. Okay, we can bust that out. And basically from here on out, guys, it's just completing railing. So once you get it to work on one side, just marry it to the other side and you are good to go. Actually, I guess I don't need to do this every time. I can just take up a... regular railing. Uh-oh, that thing's coming back. Maybe I can watch it this time and see what it's hitting. Nothing. Okay, one thing that could be causing issues is I don't have all the tires installed. So maybe when it's taken off to get out of here, it's like making it tweak. And it's coming out crooked. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? Let's test my theory, shall we? I will go ahead and finish this off with the tires. Oh, I can't actually place it, see it? Okay. Yep, there it goes. Did it stay? Alright. Alright, big tires. Let's try this one more time. Okay, that mount for the tire should be right on the edge there. Both ways. Okay, perfect. No overlap. Got that right where it needed to go. And you know what? I'm gonna... Whoa! That was what you call rubber banding at its finest. Good thing is this is an easy fix. If I had known that was going to happen, I just would have started with that freaking build. Okay. It's like nothing ever happened. So once again, guys, get back to the big uns, the big pots here. And once again, line that up to the absolute edge of the vehicle. Or of the, whatever, you know, your bottom flooring or foundation is down there. Make sure you did that right, look at it, make sure it's not overlapping or anything. And yeah, I think we're straightened out there. Okay, so now this thing shouldn't have any issues like worming its way in or out. I hope. I don't know why this thing is proving to be such a challenging build tonight. What's going on here? Oh, that's right. I don't have the thrusters down there anymore. I'm like, why isn't it moving? Wow. Yeah, it's still acting like it's hitting something on the way down. And see, it shouldn't be. Everything's got clearance. So I don't know. It doesn't like it. The only other solution I can think of is dropping the station platform. Or moving these things 2 pegs in, you know, to allow the roof pieces and the walls here more clearance from the rails. But look, I mean, there's so much space. Like, what is going wrong here? I don't know. Yeah, undo button. Where's our undo button? Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. I cannot believe this is still happening. Well, that's what's doing it. That's what it's slamming up against. It doesn't like the stairs. Okay, guys, one last ditch effort, and then I promise I'm done tinkering with this stupid thing. There goes the roof. Let's see if I can park this thing for a hot second. Did I get it? Sweet. And I love how this time it decided to break a completely different type of roof build. This is turning into another long stream because things aren't working right. This is the reason I deleted the last stream, by the way. So, one last ditch effort here, and then I'm going to stop complaining. Maybe. Actually, no, that's not going to work. I don't think it's going to matter. And that don't even look right. But see how it lowers that just a little bit. I'm not happy with that. I'm not gonna bless this as a good... No. Okay, well this super sucks, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know, like, what the dealio is here. Everything's spaced right, like, this has been double, triple checked. But for whatever the reason, it does not like the stairs. So I'm going to try going 2 pegs in, you know, just for a solution here, because I'm trying to get this build done. I'm trying to do a reliable tutorial for other people to do the same. So this isn't, you know, me surrendering by any means. It's just really, really sad that we have to do this. Because the design is so cool when you can just butt it right up against the vehicle. And now, wow, it's really cutting into my platform here, you know? Like, ouch. Here we go with rubber banding. I don't even know what just happened there. Okay, so I need to go slower, I guess. So I don't want to break something like really bad. Which actually gives me an idea. I wonder if this will A, look okay, and B, work. Okay, so it kind of sort of looks okay. It's not going to match the other side again. I'm not happy with that. So I guess I'll just try what I started with here. Just to see if we can get this stupid vehicle to clear. Because if I can, I'm just going to have to end the stream and go back to the drawing board and see how to build this freaking thing with current update. You know, we shouldn't have to go through this. I say it all the time when I play Legos. We should not have to go through this. I really wish they would stop changing settings, build weights, sizes. If things don't look like they're hitting, they shouldn't be hitting, you know, the whole nine. Alright. I just kind of want to see if, you know, this is causing a problem. I don't know. But I'm going to put him down because we need to know. We definitely need to know. All right, test number 257. I totally missed, and I knew that was going to happen. I tried to stop myself. Oh yeah, we need more thrust. Luckily, this part's easy. Kind of hard to tell where center is. Okay, we gotta thruster those out, or channel those out, excuse me. Remember, our channel 2 is the return. So anything facing backwards, channel's gotta be right, or we're not going anywhere. Okay, wow, that does hit. It didn't damage that time. But why? When this one doesn't. Yeah, it's built the same way. Exact same way. The only thing I can think of is maybe there's more distance here, you know? Maybe I do need to drop... You know, this is level. It's the same height. But maybe I do need to just drop that platform down another floor piece and that'll do it. I don't know if that'll still clear. Like, I might go through all that trouble and it might be for nothing. That's kind of what's got me held up here. That's the same. This is 2 floor pieces. That's the same. Yeah, it's all the same. Oh, I know what's doing it. That's right, I totally forgot about the undercarriage tires. So you notice the carriage kind of like bounced over this railing and it completely missed it. There's a reason for that. It's because I've got the tires under here to do that. So it kind of like lifts the vehicle up just a little bit as it's coming down. That's why it clears these railings, and that's why I'm having trouble clearing railings on the other build. Okay, so that's it right there, guys. I knew I'd figure it out. I just had to come, like, study it for a hot second there. So sorry about that. I know I was probably sounding irritated, which I still am. Honestly, we shouldn't have to go through this like I said earlier. But we do, so, you know, it's whatever. I can just, you know, for the sake of not having to deal with any further issues, I could just go ahead and move everything in 2 pegs and just sacrifice the spacing. So this is the last test, last experiment. I can't believe I actually got the right part there. I was wondering. So close. Okay, so those railings and the stairs are now all over 2 pegs. Now, I'm sorry, but if that's going to start causing damage... we're going to have issues. Alright, let her rip. Okay, nothing took damage taken off that time. Good. So I guess that's what we have to do for now, guys. You know, once we get the platform tires down, we might be good. And we might be able to push these back in. But for the purposes of the tutorial, I would probably recommend just doing it this way. We're safe, we're secure. And just to kind of match grains or whatever's, I'll flip that sucker around, and then of course, gotta stick the missile in there. Now we can open our gate. That's our boarding gate. And yeah, we should be good to do it this way. We should be squared away now. So essentially what I would do is I would do that all the way up, down, left, right, you know, just on both sides. And that really separates now, excuse me, the station from the vehicle. And the railings from the roof of the vehicle, more importantly. Whoopsie! I seem to be missing a lot. Like, my aim is wrong or something. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Now the good thing is, on the end here, we can do it however we want. We can stick that over, you know, just to save on builds. We can use the smaller one and just kind of bring the railing in and have, you know, that extra floor just hanging out there. I think I'm going to go big here, or go big or go home, right? Okay, so yeah, I would just basically, you know, make rail all the way down. And on the ends, you know, of course you're not going to have stairs, so you can just butt that up to the end. I'll just go ahead and finish it out for you so you can kind of see what I do here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to let it overhang a little bit. Or not. You can go either way here. We're going to have to put a couple of missiles in here to really button it up nice and neat. Rockets. I think rockets rolls off the tongue better. Okay, so that's it. That's how you know, box it in or whatever, rail it in. And now you've got your gates to get in and out of the vehicle. Freaking awesome. And I would just do that all the way around. Butt more railing up to this one and just kind of rinse, lather, and repeat. Alright, so I won't finish out the whole thing. I'm really just here to show you the build process. And I guess I need to move this railing in, all of it. Too bad, so sad. Which means that's going to be off. Oh yeah, this whole thing again. Oh wow, it must be getting late at night because I am yawning. What time is it? Oh, it's only 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, these will have to come back too. Right. funny, the campfires are underneath. They're catching some of these on fire as they fall. Wow. Not sure how that happens, but it's happening. I don't know if these snap. Yeah, they sure do. That's convenient. Okay, and again, you know, if you want that to be not like that, but if you want that to, you know, match the corners here, like peg, space, now you'll have to flip that around. Just like that, but that's probably too big here. Oh, look at that. That actually worked out perfect. I didn't have to place extra builds in there that time. Nice. More rockets. Okay, so honestly, aesthetically, this works too. Like, I can live with it. I'm not gonna, you know, like I said, you gotta weigh options. Do I really want to go through the trouble to rebuild the entire platform? Heck no. So yeah, I'm thinking just moving it out the 2 pegs on either side was the right way to go. And now we really don't have to worry about roof, clearances, anything of the sort. Yeah, kind of time consuming. I mean, it's fun, relaxing. Ish. I'm basically just, you know, mirroring the 2 sides here. Nice, nice. That's right, that one was too big. Or maybe that was the one I did use and I just let the overhang go. Yeah, that's what I did. I just let the overhang do it. Okay, so let's see what this looks like now with proper railing. And of course I could use a large railing there, I just happen to have the little one ready to go. But yeah, that's it. That works. I'm happy. I'm happy. Now to make sure I'm really happy, and it's not just fake happy, I'm going to drive the vehicle back in here. And... Hey, I'm Fried. What's up? Haven't seen you in a couple of days. Good to see you back. Sorry, I'm not sure how long you've been there. I just kind of looked back at the chat window there and saw you joined. But yeah, so this game, it's really just largely a building game, but it's got two sides. So I'm in sandbox mode right now. It's free builds. You don't have to go out and farm anything. You know, you don't need materials. You build to your heart's content. It's all free. It's all fast. But the survival side, you have to unlock specs. You have to go out and farm. You have to farm rocks, farm trees, amongst other things. You know, there's specialized materials too. There's a lot more to it than what I just said. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Like, it's a free download. Give it a try. Alright, let's put the vehicle back in one more time, guys. One more test flight here. Okay, plenty of clearance. I hope. Fingers crossed. But I think we can go ahead and call this one good. Now that's operating the way it should. And guys, again, aesthetically, I'm kind of digging this whole, you know, the railings being recessed in a little anyway. It just makes me feel like you have a little bit of space to walk out after you walk through the gate before you hit the vehicle. See, I'm definitely digging this. And I'm going to let it repark, and then I'm going to hit their hit the gates and make sure everything's lined up before I call it really good. So yeah, I'm afraid there is a story-ish. There's some, you know, it's not real cutscene heavy. There is some dialogue and stuff with the NPCs. So, is there a story? Yes, to a degree. It's just not real heavy on story. It's more just kind of, you're on your own, you're at your own pace. The game can be whatever you want it to be. If you want to go out and get into a bunch of combat, you can. If you just want to have more of a relaxing game, you can. There's caves you can go cave diving in. There's a lot of exploration. There's several biomes. Oh my goodness, the biomes. Like, where do you even start? So I'm in the frost biome right now. You got the grasslands. You've got, like, beaches. You've got, you know, like, desert. So yeah, just a lot to the game. The good thing is it is a free download. The bad thing is it's a big free download. So you better have some gigabytes in free storage if you do want to give it a go. Alright. What's next on our platform here? So guys, I think from here, it's just kind of the benches, you know. However you want to do the outdoor stuff. So of course you'll complete your railing however you want. You'll complete whatever stairs, entrances, and exits to the platform that you want. The campfires, I've already showed you that. So yeah, from here, it's gravy. Like, as soon as the vehicle is going in and out the way it's supposed to, and as soon as you verify that all the gates and all the doors line up the way they're supposed to, guys, it's gravy. The rest is just, you know, icing on the cake. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ordain this one, bless it, call it good to go. And heck yeah, I'm happy. Happy. Yes, sir. Or ma'am, I'm not quite sure, male or female there, but it is definitely on just regular Fortnite. But the funny thing is, it's kind of like two separate sides of the game. So once you get your, you know, your Fortnite going and installed and downloaded, sometimes a big update will come in and it's just updating the Lego side. And sometimes a big update will come in and it's just updating like the regular Battle Royale side. I actually play on PC also. This is on Xbox right now that you're watching, but I also have it on PC, and it's funny because sometimes I'll turn on my PC and whatever download is coming in, it only does that one. So it's like I can actually see it saying Lego Fortnite is updating. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So the PC separates them, but the consoles don't seem to do that. Alright, where am I at right now? So guys, I think I'm going to show you how I made like the benches. And to do that, I'm going to go over and just kind of take a quick peek at what I did on the other side here. But honestly, you probably don't need a build tutorial for all of this per se. I'll just show you a couple of real quick Like maybe I'll just put up one of these roof things. But it wasn't too much to it, you know. I put the little corners on here, and this is a... I honestly can't remember now what size roof I used. So maybe it's a good thing I came over here to look. I think I went with this, excuse me, the snow biome builds because I really like the blue. It's hard to get away from the blues in this game. So yeah, that's probably the one I used right there. And then the corner pieces went on either side of that. Let me make sure I did the same on all. Yeah. Sure did. Okay, so it's just basically a stand-up pillar, a couple of, you know, little, whatever, statue wall pieces for aesthetics, because I thought it looked cool. And I'm not sure what I have in the middle of those. Wait a minute. That's right, I just put two together, and that did it. So there's nothing in there. There's nothing in the middle. And guys, in case you're wondering what build that is, that's actually a wall build. And it's been there the whole time. My daughter had to show it to me, because I was like, where are you finding that? I can't tell you how many times I've thumbed through that menu and never saw it. So thank you once again, daughter, for the assist on that awesome build, because I used the heck out of it. And then yeah, it looks like I just kind of centered the benches on what space I did have. And then I centered those to the benches. And I made sure I could walk through there. Booyah. Well, that's always super important, I guess. Let's see what kind of bench I used. That would be the one. Now, normally I go for the green. I really like how the green contrasts. I was trying something different with this build, and I ended up not liking it. But then I was just too lazy to rip them all back out and put the other ones in. So I guess what I'll do here... Wait, can I walk through that? Yeah, I sure can. Sweet! So I guess I'll try the green on the other side, and I'll just do one side of the platform just to show you the build process, and then, you know, you can just mirror the other side there. And I'll start up top because I want to make sure there's walking room. So I'll just try to eyeball this as best as I can. Okay, I've got walking room on both sides. Check, check. And wow, that's going to be real tough to try to eyeball here. I think I got it there, though. I think. Let's make sure before I move on to the next step. Okay, yeah, we're good. And then, of course, the statues. And you'll just have to center these. And that'll ensure you've got the walking space on either side. Uh-oh. 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 I think I know what's going on here. I might have to move the railing out and overhang it. I probably had to do that on the other one too. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I should be able to, yep, just enough wiggle room there to walk. And then I'll have to bust this rail out. Because this is a smaller platform, remember, this was only 2 floor builds, whereas these are 3, so there's a lot more room to play with up here. And down here, by the way, than, say, here. So this one, I remember having issues with this before, too. So yeah, instead of, you know, putting that here on the floor, I'm going to actually overhang that like so. And then I should be able to slap these suckers down. And now I should have walking room on both sides. Perfect. Okay, so nice and symmetrical. Everything lines up and works out. Now for that roof build, guys, it was real easy. Real simple. All you had to do, or all I had to do, was just kind of put this wherever I wanted. You know, you can flush that up like this if you want. Or I think what I did was I did more like of an overhang, and it's real hard to see because my character is right smack dab in the middle and in the way as per the usual. But I think I got that centered now. So if I want to, I can come in, you know, I think 4, and then that centers it on the statue, which also effectively, by the way, centers it over the benches. So yeah, just come back 4 nudges, and you are good to go. And for the lighting, ooh, the lighting got fun. I'll show you that real quick too. If I can figure out where the lighting is. And I really liked these hanging lamps. I was having trouble finding lighting that I liked for this. So this is what I used. But there's more lights in here now than what there used to be. Like these, that might be kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. That's more for Halloween and stuff. Not feeling it. Too big. See, I'm probably going to just stick with what I know here. But before I actually start putting those down, don't forget you got to finish the roof. The roof is not on fire. So we need to find the cappers all the way down at the bottom. And we're just going to put the 2, one on either side. Bada bing, bada bang. So now you can start hanging your lighting. Feel free to put them wherever you want. I think I put them kind of as far out as I could go, but not to where they were just floating out here like that's doing. And I think I just centered them. Honestly, I'm not really sure how I did it now. But it doesn't really matter. Just start, you know, putting them down. If you want them to be kind of like lined up and spaced the same, you can do that. Whoops. I think I hit that. So you see, it just kind of makes sense. Everything's lit. The benches are lit. You can do the same thing on the other side here, of course. And just for, you know, purposes of the build here, I'll do just that. Now I can't figure out where my center point is. I think that's it. That's really hard to tell. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I hit that one just by pure luck. But you'll have to line it up to the other one as best as you can, come out as far as you can, and go ahead and slap it down. Alright, there they are, all nice and lined up, front and back. And for trash cans, guys, I've been having trouble finding these lately. The mailboxes. Okay, so it's right here. It's on the little mailbox icon, which I guess that makes a little sense. And then it kind of looks like a trash can. I don't know. Not everybody agrees with me on this, but I think it looks like a trash can. So you can put a couple, you know, garbage cans together there. And it looks legit. It kind of fills it in. And you still have your, you know, your loading platform, your walkway here. And it's out of the way of seating areas, etc. I need to fill that railing in. That's going to bother me if I don't do that. Okay, and then of course the little rocket there. Or a missile, whatever you want to call that thing. There it is, guys, all nice and buttoned up. You don't mind the overhang, and from up here you can't even see the gap. So yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect all the way around. And then you just basically follow suit on both sides. And I think I have the statues centered on 2 floor plank builds. Yes, I do. Okay, so right here, these 2 floor planks is where I'm going to want these statues to go. Just like that. And then to center it, that's going to be tough to eyeball. I'm going to try the roof and just kind of see how I did here. Okay, so line that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Okay, so the main thing you're looking for here is to make sure you have coverage where you want it. And the roofs clear each other here. So yeah, I'm okay here. Now, something I didn't think about before, this overhangs, so I don't know how that's going to affect the bench. I mean, I'm still able to walk under it, so I don't see why I couldn't put seating down here. No, it's not going to let me seat there. Okay, so I guess that's just going to have to stay there for looks. I don't know if I had the problem on the other side. I'm going to go check that out real quick. I'm going to give you guys a good blueprint for this whole thing before I cut stream here tonight. Okay, so that does the exact same thing. So I don't know, again, if this is an update thing or if I just didn't care before when I couldn't seat these. No, that seats. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, you know, I personally don't care about that. If you're a stickler for that kind of thing, you might have to rethink having the benches going all the way under there and just maybe ripping these out and make it just a walking path and just having the benches kind of out here floating. Now, that's one way to do it. Alright. Yeah, that's good enough. You might have to play with that a little bit to get it just the way you want it. So feel free to put the builds down, rip them out, you know, keep getting it until you get it right. But just to kind of show you what this looks like now. So plenty of breathing room, plenty of walking space. And you could actually do something else here. And I had this originally on my other. And that just, once again, kind of separates it a little bit. You know, you've still got your walking path and gates here. And then there's the opening for, like, the seating area. But I ended up taking them out. For one, I didn't really like how they didn't line up to the gates. So, yeah, I just kind of kept the platforms open in that respect. Alright, guys, so I showed you the seating, I showed you the lighting, I showed you the roofing for what I built on the other side there. I'm trying to think of what else there is to this thing as far as the station goes. The most important thing really is lining up the gates. Like, once you got that, the rest, like I said before, it's just gravy. So, you know, feel free to build, tear it down if you don't like it. Rebuild, retry. The sky's the limit. Just, once again, make sure you're not fusing anything station related to anything cable related. And you'll be just fine. Oh, okay, yeah. So, one of the most important things is making sure the gates line up to the doors. Got it. The next most important thing, guys, is going to be those tires I mentioned down below. So in order to do this, you're going to need to make sure that the vehicle is parked where it should be, and it is. And then we need to go underneath here. And because this is elevated above, you know, walking path, I'm not going to be building these off the ground. I'm going to be building these from... I guess I'm going to have to do cross beams. And now I do need to go look at my other build and see exactly how I have these tires placed in relation to where the vehicle is parked. So bear with me while I take one more quick flight over to the other side here. Break on through to the other side. Oh, and I still have to install the jaws. I call these the jaws. Okay, so that is at edge. That is at edge. And that is in from edge. I wonder why I did that. There was a reason. I think I had to edge these because if I had these pushed in too far, like the vehicle was really jumping over the tires, you know what I mean? Like, just try to picture this thing moving. The corner of this wall build and the dynamic right there, it's going to hit that tire if that tire is too far forward. So you really have to watch that when you're installing these station platform tires here. Okay. So now this is going to get a little bit tricky because I'm not working with the ground. So what I think I'm going to do is seal this off, and I'm not sure how yet. But you know me and my Sugi. So let's try... Okay, that's a full wall build. That's a full wall build. So is that. So I'm going to try to marry this up to that. Okay, I'm already kind of adding up the build limit in my head here, and this isn't going to work for me. So I think what I'll do... Let's try to center these. I don't think that's right. Actually, yeah, I got it. Nailed it. And this will just reduce the number of builds I have to put down. Now, normally I'd be a stickler for, you know, directions and all that stuff, but honestly, right now, just for the video, I just want to get this done. So I'm not going to care about that. You're welcome. Okay, so now from a bird's eye view, that should look completely sealed when looking down into that cavity. And so it is. Okay guys, so yeah, the tire assembly. We need to center that perfectly, by the way. So I think to do that, I will do a... I'm going to try doing something for a little bit of aesthetics. Before I just got him in there to make him work, this time I'm going to try doing it to look nice. And I like things to contrast, so this will help me make sure it's centered. But also, hopefully, it'll help me to have something cool to look at down here while we're at it. Alright. Now I could put tires wherever I want. And I'm actually going to try a half wall. Again, trying to, you know, be conscious of build limits here. I'm going to try doing half walls. And see if that height is right for this amount of space that I have to work with right now. And again, we have to center these. So that would go in just like that. Or... oh, and by the way, this is fuse warning, guys. Can't be too close. You've got to make sure there's a lot of space up here. So, you know, I was thinking about putting these on top. And, you know, I might be able to get away with that, but... I don't want the vehicle here when I place that, just in case. Because, like I said, if that fuses, it ruins your whole day. And that's going to ruin my whole stream. So, let's go ahead and get the vehicle outie. Yeah, this is a very critical step here. And I don't know if I'm going to use all of these yet. Okay, good. It looks like I got some time here, so go ahead and get your big pots out. And I didn't have a lot of space, so I'm going to try doing this right about here. Okay, I meant to actually center that, so I have to replace that other one. Yeah, I don't want it sticking up too high. Okay, very difficult to see. It's very tight quarters down in here. So yeah, just make sure they're even, they're lined up, they're centered. I'm going to do that on the back side too. Again, I didn't know if I was going to actually do all of these. But the ramp tires are important again, so that when you leave render distance or log back in, your vehicle is secured onto tires, not other stuff. I really can't see. Okay, that hit just like it was supposed to. So let me get down here now and see just how snug those tires are to the vehicle bottom. But I think we're good. Okay, so yeah, it's actually resting on the tire. See, that's what we're going for, right freaking there. There isn't a great big space or a gap. This way when I leave render distance, those tires are there to bounce it back up, so to speak, and it can't fuse, it can't, you know, mesh into the side builds or anything of the sort. So guys, yeah, again, ramp tires, ramp tires, ramp tires. Super, super important. And just for aesthetics, I could actually put them all the way across here. In fact, I'll see if it'll let me place them with the vehicle here, because the tires won't cause any fuse problems. I really can't see what I'm doing. That was just a blind guess. I think I hit it, though. I think. Wow, real tough to see. Yeah, I'm good. And one more right here, as high as it'll go, I guess. Yep. Alright guys, that's it. That's the main force of your stability for parking the vehicle right there. The bottom ones are the ones that really count. Not only that, it just kind of helps to level the vehicle a little bit. Now, you know, if I really wanted to, I could try to raise those tires one more nudge and just see what that did up here, but the way that parked, as perfectly as it parked, I don't want to risk it. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, yeah. Now, guys, the other ones. This is where it gets tricky. So, I don't know what to do here. I might just build more flooring like I did. I want that place. Oh, that thruster might be in the way. Okay, I got lucky there. It is definitely centered. I wonder what these platforms look like. Like, are all these greens going every which freaking way? Yes, they are. Okay, and those all flush up nice and neat. And for the gap there, I don't know, I could do the half wall thing, you know, kind of seal that in. But for now, I'm just going to leave it open so we can build and work. Okay, and since this lines up-ish, I should be able to kind of guess to mate where this would go. Make sure I'm centered once again to, yep. And again, this is a real rough guess here, but hopefully I can put my half wall centered. And I'll see where this lands when it comes back. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to give it a push, I guess. Hopefully that doesn't slam into there. I mean, worst case, it'll probably break a dynamic out. Those are easy to replace, luckily. Ouch. Yep, okay, it's too tall. So, probably not going to be able to put that foundational piece there. Let's see how much space I do have. Okay, and that was a real good guess there where I placed that, actually. Okay, once again, I'm going to get rid of the vehicle. Before I do that, I want to see where this one needs to go. And this one's quite a ways higher up. And wow, I might have to put something aesthetic jetting out. I wonder what that's going to be. Maybe that? Okay, that looks like a pretty good guess. Now I'm actually going to try 2 half walls and see if I've got the space to squeeze that in there. But again, I need to be very careful. See, that's way too close. Way too close for comfort. As a matter of fact, I don't think that's okay anyway. Even if I try to put tires there, I think that's still going to kind of slam into that. So, scratch all of this. It was right about there. Okay, so now I should have plenty of clearance. I don't need to worry about fusing at this point. And then tires will go... just like that. Oh, I can't believe it actually let me place that. I thought I'd have to send the vehicle away one more time. Okay, so another good thing about these tires is it'll also help push against those tires. So just a little bit of extra cushion, you know, instead of... uh-oh. Oh, no. How'd that happen? Wow, my vehicle isn't even parked right, so I didn't need this appendage after all. Jeepers. Now, why didn't this actually park all the way in? Hope it's not hitting rails and stuff, man. Not gonna be okay. Okay, let's make sure this is parked right. Okay, so it must be the tires down there doing that. Or something. I can't quite fit. Of course, the tires could just be too high up. Let me try parking that. I'm going to try, like, thrustering it in. Okay, that hit it. So we might just be able to thruster it all the way into its parking space now. Without damage. Let's go ahead and test that theory. Booyah. Oh, no. I hit damage there. Okay, so it's too close to the wall. Remember I said if I needed to back this out, I could? So yeah, we're definitely going to have to do that. I'll try that one more time just to make sure that fixed it. Uh-oh. That's right, I put those down just to seal that. I'll have to move that too. Which means I have to go back to my walls, and that's going to take time. Okay, I'll do that later. You guys know the building processes for all those, so I'm just going to kind of make sure this doesn't slam and do damage. But I will need a wall piece. Okay. It doesn't like that. Okay, this must be why I went down to one set of tires on the front end on the other design. It's kind of coming back to me now. I did have to rip a bunch of those out. But I don't know which one I had to rip out. Okay, I'll just do it from the back here. Whoa, what just happened there? Somebody want to explain that one? Oh, well, I got a floor build too. And wow, that really knocked some builds out. Okay, now let's see if it just kind of like parks itself, because that's really the goal. You just want it to return to the station on its own. Okay, that's more like it. So I guess you can't have too many tires down here. But hey, this is doing its job. Like, you want that. And I might even need to lower those tires just a little bit. Because that thing still isn't parked down as far as I want it to be parked. Yeah, you're going to spend some time on this part, guys, but again, it's the important part, so you want to make sure these tires are definitely good to go. Why can't I place that? Okay, that's going to be too low. I already know that. We only need to come down the width of a floor piece. But I'm going to try it anyway, just because it's like I'm already down here. Now it does need to go up a little higher, so what I'll probably have to do is place a floor build down on top of that wall build, or under it, you know, whatever, just so I can get those tires up just a little bit higher there. Because ultimately they need to be touching when this thing is parked all the way forward. So, back to the drawing board one last time. Wondering what kind of floor build would look decent up there. Try to find something free build. Maybe that'll do it. Well, doggone it. I think these are free builds. I'm gonna go for that one. Okay, now I should be able to get these tires where I want them to be relative to the vehicle parking. Alright, let's give it a whirl. This is the one, guys. I can feel it. Okay, now damage marker is beautiful. And yeah, those tires were turning, which means they're contacting. So that's what we're looking for right there. So yeah, I just probably had A, too many tires down here. And then, B, it just wasn't quite the right height. So this is it. So yeah, it's a little bit of a process there. But, again, the key is to make sure it parks right on its own. And we are good to go now. So now, I can get myself lined up, for the other ones properly. And I don't believe I can get this in here without, worrying about fusing. So I'm not even going to try. Now look how much room I've got to work with back here. And these I'm going to want... pushing against those tires. So that needs to go 2 more pegs over. Uh-oh. What am I going to break when I swing this pickaxe? Yeah, let's not find out. And because I know where that was... Uh-oh, I'm not gonna get it. Okay, that needs to go back, like, way back. Now what? Okay, well I guess that can't go there. No fuse warning here. Give it a little push and make sure it actually parks. Okay, so it does now. Wow, that's gonna be awkward. Okay, I think I had to do something here, actually, to make this work right. I think I had to place a floor build under here. I am so worried if I hit that button, something's gonna fuse. I mean, it shouldn't. There's tires, it's spaced. My better demons are telling me don't do it. Okay, I did it anyway. Now let's see if that parks the way it's supposed to. See how that kind of lifted up as it went out of the station? So that's what we need to make sure it's going to clear on the way back down. Yep, okay, it does. It bounces up and over that. So yeah, that's good. I've got the second one done. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Trying to figure out where center is here. I think that's it. Okay, I don't think I had these tires here. I think these tires were elsewhere, like on this or something. Oh, it actually let me place that. Sweet! Excellent. Okay, so yeah, let's try it. I need to move that back. This can be centered here as high up as it'll go. Oops, I did not take. That'll take. And then again with that floor piece, we're gonna have to float that up there, I think. Okay, now. That should park. Oh wow, that really had to jump over that. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's a bummer. Might have to move those tires back and nudge. Wow, that thing was getting wrecked. Dude, did you see all those damage markers? What the heck is... Something's got it hard blocked. Okay, it's not this one. That one's free and clear. It must be this set. And we need to bring this way back. Oh, there's my fall damage. I've been waiting for that. Okay, now we're released. Okay, so I've got it except for the rear end. I already know that's gonna not be okay. It needs to go forward anyway. Oh wow, I should not have placed that build. That was awful close to that vehicle. That was not so smart. Okay, I think part of the problem is all this mess. I don't have these thrusters positioned that way on my other vehicle. So yeah, this needs to come back now. But first... Oh no, I can't place that. Yeah, I thought I could push it. Now what? Man, it does not like that, does it? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how I got that upper tire assembly in there. Because this is not happy. Oh wow, I just saw the build broke out down here. One of those half floors. Wonder how that happened. I probably know how it happened. I probably wrecked it trying to get the vehicle out, and that build I just placed was in the way. So back to the half walls. Oh, this is dragging on too long here. What am I on? 3 hours and change? Or 2 hours and change? But it's definitely after 3 a.m., which means it's way past my bedtime. And here I am trying to get this build right, still. You know, before I keep fiddling with this, I need to go look at my other design. I've really got that set low. It's not even coming into contact with it. Okay, I see what I did here. I must have been having the same problem with this, because check this out. The pillar is recessed back, and the tires are pushed forward. So that's how the vehicle clears all that jazz. And I kind of did the same thing here, too. Okay, let's try that. Ouch. And just for a little style, let's fly through the land bridge. That's always fun. Okay, now let's see if I wreck any builds this time trying to get it out, because if I do, then this is... well, let's put the tires on it first. I don't know if this will be high up enough. Guess I'm about to find that out too. Really? Nuts! Alright guys, I need to take a real quick break here. I'll be back in about a minute. Y'all don't even want to know what time it is right now. Because I don't even want to know what time it is right now. It's almost 4 in the morning for me. Which means this little party is coming to a quick end. I can't keep going because I need to sleep. Okay, that made it over that time. So I no longer need that. Okay, Okay, plenty of... Ooh, that comes kind of close, but the tires catch it. That comes kind of close, but the tires catch it. And I can't move these any further up because, as you just saw, like, it would really jump and go over this, and that would cause a lot of problems up there around. So I don't know. I think for right now I'm just going to have to call this. I'm going to go back to the drawing board on this one, like, offline. And then when I come on for, like, round 3 or whatever, or the upper station, I'll kind of fill you guys in on what I decided to do over here. I need to pay more attention to the other build and see how I got that one to work so well. So guys, yeah, again, it's super late here. This thing has been giving me fits, but we got it in. Like, we've got it parked. This is safe. It's not gonna fuse. When I log back in tomorrow, it'll be fine. As long as you have some rubber underneath it pushing up on it, you know, when we do that. And yes, we do. That's definitely resting on. And then this one, I can't quite get in there. But this one is definitely resting on-ish. In fact, maybe I could bust that floor build out and move that in a little more where those tires are actually sitting, if it'll allow me. Yeah, wow, it sure does. Okay, so that's more on the tires now, and that's what I was going for. So that's what you want, right freaking there. This other one, yeah, I'm just going to have to come up with something here. I really wish I could have finished this in this one, but it is what it is. So hey guys, thank you for hanging out. I know it was a little lengthy there. If you wouldn't mind, take a moment, like, share, subscribe, and comment. That is super appreciated, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy building.